Hello everyone and welcome to your mat. Welcome to practice. Today I have a blanket and 2 blocks, but neither are absolutely necessary. Find yourself a comfortable seat here. You're welcome to lie down, sit in a chair, rest against the wall, or sit like I am on your blanket, on a prop. Yesterday was the first day of spring, which always brings a lot of energy for me. And I thought today while we practiced, we could talk about balance, about light, and about growth, all related to spring and yeah. Okay, so let's roll the flesh of the thighs away from the sit bones. Lengthen through the spine, draw the belly up and in. Think about having a string through the spinal column and coming out through the crown of the head, and then just lengthening up through that string so the spine is long. Take a big breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth, and think letting go on the exhale. And then do that again, inhaling fully through the nose. And as you exhale out through the mouth again, softly close the eyes. And once again, inhaling through the nose, filling the lungs and the torso. And exhaling out through the mouth and thinking letting go, letting go, letting go. Inhale through the nose again, filling the lungs and the torso. And exhale and soften and let go. Now return to a normal breath. Consider spring and all that comes with it. The warming of the soil, the lengthening of the days, a return to green as our grass and our trees renew themselves. What does that mean for you? How can you use that energy? Take a few more breaths here. Grounding yourself in the present moment. Letting go of your to-do list and just being right here, right now. One more inhale. And as you exhale, gently blink the eyes open. Good. And we'll rock back and extend our legs long to begin with. And I'm on my blanket, so if you feel like you can do this off the blanket, then feel free to come off your blanket. But essentially, long spine, belly lifting up and in. Shake out the legs a little bit, then bend into that right knee, draw it into your chest, and then allow the knee to fall open to the right. Inhale, lift back to center, extend that leg long. Draw the left knee up and in. Right leg is active, right toes are curling back towards the knee. Exhale, lower that left knee out to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lengthen. Right knee up and in. Exhale, lower the right knee out to the side. Just getting a little bit of movement and rotation in the hip joints here. Left side. Inhale up. Good. Next time we'll add on a little bit. So drawing that right knee up and in. Exhaling and lowering the right knee out to the right. Again, long spine here. Hug the belly up and in and twist over towards the right. Right hand behind the back body to support you. The left hand can be on the knee or the leg, anywhere that's comfortable for you. Big breath in here. Exhale, come back to center. Draw that right knee up. Extend the right leg. And we'll go to the left side. So lengthening through the spine. Lowering the left knee. And begin to twist to your left. Right leg is active. Big breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Bring the left knee up. Extend the legs long and shake the legs out. And then bring both knees up. Walk them in. And allow both knees to fall wide. Good. And we'll just pause here for a moment. Big breath in here. Feel firm foundation. The sit bones are in contact with your blanket or your mat. Belly is engaged slightly, drawing up and in. Spine is long. Good. Help both knees back to center, and we'll come to tabletop. So, you're welcome to pad your knees with your blanket or set the blanket aside. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, spine is long, belly lifting up and in. Big breath in here. And as you exhale, curl the chin in, arch the back, and reach the tailbone towards the heels. Inhale, lift the head and the tailbone, sink the belly. Heart shines forward. And move at your own pace here. Flexing and extending the spine. Drawing the belly button up towards the back in the cat pose, and then drawing the heart forward. Oh, I got it backwards in cow pose. So belly button comes up towards the spine in cat pose, and heart shines forward and sway back or cow pose. Good. Moving at your own pace. One more time here. And then we'll return to a flat back. Walk the hands one handprint forward. Curl the toes under if they're not already. Shift the hips back and then begin to float the hips up, coming into downward facing dog pose. And then the knees can be bent as much as possible if your hamstrings are tight. Begin to pedal the feet. Think about the hips being the apex of this pose here. Pressing into the forefinger and the thumb on both hands, drawing the energy up the arms. Belly lifted towards the spine. Good. And on the next inhale, begin to walk the feet towards the top of your mat, coming into forward fold. Curl the chin in. Once again, knees can be bent as much as possible if that feels good for you. Inhale, halfway long spine. Exhale, release and fold forward. And inhale, float the arms out and up. Palms meet overhead. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms towards the sky. Big breath in. Exhale over to the right. Stretching the left side body. Inhale to center. And exhale over to the left. Inhale, center. Release the hands, bring the hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, bending into the knees as much as you need. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Pause here for a moment. Hug the belly in. Feel a little bit of a stretch here in the groin. Good. Step the left foot back to plank. Lower the knees and lower all the way down. Release the tops of the feet. Inhale, float the head and the heart up to baby cobra. Exhale, release. Curl the toes under. Lift up to tabletop and float the hips up to down dog. Big breath in here. And step the right foot forward. Pause here, bring your blocks in. We'll rock back and forth here. Pressing back into the left heel, straightening the right knee a little bit, and then coming back into your lunge. And then shift the hips back, reaching the left heel towards the earth and lengthening in the right leg. Then come back into your lunge. And one more time. Pressing back into the hips, lengthening through that right leg, pressing the left heel into the earth or closer to the earth. And come back to your lunge. Set your blocks aside, bend into the left knee, and come into your forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms towards the sky. Exhale over to the right. Inhale to center. And exhale over to the left. Keeping the shoulder blades on the back body. Inhale to center. Exhale, release the hands. Hands come to heart center. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Step the left foot to the back of the mat and pause. Take a few breaths here. Hug the belly in towards the spine. Then step the right foot back to join it. So we're in plank. Lower the knees and lower all the way down. Release the tops of the feet. Inhale, float the head and the heart up for baby cobra. Exhale, release. Curl the toes under, float up to tabletop, and press up to down dog. Big breath in here. Warming up our body. Looking for balance, for light and growth today. Inhale, step the left foot forward, bring your blocks in. So lunging here, and then beginning to lengthen through the left leg and drawing the right heel towards your mat. Bend back into your lunge. Lengthen through that left leg. Lunge. Keep hugging the belly up and in. Lengthen through the left leg. Press back into that right heel. Lunge. And bend into the right knee. You can set your blocks aside. Press off that right foot. Come back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway, long spine. Exhale, release and fold forward. Interlace opposite elbows. Clasp opposite elbows. And then come back and forth, left and right here. And come center. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, palms beat overhead. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Good. Feeling a little bit warmer. All right, so from here, we'll shift our weight to our left leg and step the right foot to the back of the mat. Point the toes out slightly, the right toes out slightly. Both hip points face towards the top of the mat, bending into that left knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up for warrior one. Big breath in here. Exhale, bring the hands back to the hips. Straighten that left leg and begin to turn towards the right side of your mat. Feet are parallel. Spine is long. Think of drawing the energy up the legs here. Lifting up out of the hips. Exhale, bending at the waist and the hips and coming into a forward fold. Walk the hands back towards the feet and then take a minute here. Figure out where your weight is in your feet. So rock back slightly onto the heels and then rock forward slightly into the ball mount or the toes and then come right into the center. Good. And inhale halfway, plant the left hand directly underneath your nose and sweep the right hand up towards the sky for a twist. Take a big breath in here. Keep noticing where your hips are and your weight is. So draw that left hip back and space a little bit. And then exhale, release the right hand to the earth and sweep the left hand up to the sky. This time noticing where that right hip is going, maybe drawing it back in space a little bit. Big breath in, exhale, release. Walk the hands towards the top of your mat. Point the left toes towards the top of the mat. Bring your blocks in. Take a breath here. Lower down onto the right knee. Walk the hands up the left knee and sweep the hands up to the sky. Press into that left foot and engage the right glute. You can reach your right hand back there and make sure your muscles turned on in the right glute. And then exhale, bring the hands back down to your blocks. Lift through the right knee and bring both of your blocks inside the left foot. And stack them. And if you don't have blocks, you don't need blocks, you can lower down onto the right knee and just use your hands to support you here. You can stay upright or use your blocks to lower down slightly. You're welcome to roll onto the outside of the left foot, coming into lizard pose here. Take a few breaths here. Notice in this pose where you're feeling tightness. See if you can relax. Soften in the heart, soften in the shoulder blades. Good. One more breath. And begin to lift up off the blocks or your mat. Bring the blocks to either side of your left foot and begin to walk the blocks back here as you roll up the left foot, and then come forward and walk back. Draw this hip back in space. Feel a stretch in the back of the hamstring. Walk forward and walk back. Once again, bringing that hip back, lengthening, long spine. Good. Then walk the blocks forward. Lift through the right knee and step that foot forward. Lift your blocks up onto the highest level. Straighten through that left leg. Draw the energy up the thigh here. So think about lifting the kneecap and feeling the muscles of the legs here working. Lengthen through the spine. Hug the belly in. Inhale, and as you exhale, bend forward over that left leg. Breathe. Feel the weight in both feet so you have balance here in this pose. Hands can be on the left shin, on the earth, on your hips, wherever it feels perfect just for you. And inhale, bend into that right knee and step forward. Exhale and come into forward fold. Curl the chin in. Inhale halfway, long spine. Exhale, release and fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Palms meet. Exhale. Draw the thumbs to heart center. Good. All right. We'll go to the other side. So bring your hands to your hips. Shift your weight to your right foot and step the left foot back. Good. Lower the heel to the mat. Toes point out slightly. You might need to work your right foot forward a little bit, coming into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Hip points both are pointing to the front of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Soften in that knee any amount. Think long side body here. Big breath in. Exhale, release the hands to the hips, lengthen through the right leg, and turn the toes to the left. Good, so the feet are parallel here. And once again, we'll draw the energy up our legs, hug the belly in, lengthen through the torso. Exhale, and hinge at the hips, coming into our forward fold here. Good. And yogi's choice, you're welcome to bring a block in and rest your forehead on the block. If you'd like to do the twist that we did last time on the other side, you're welcome to do that. If you'd like to clasp big toes, do that. So lots of options here in this forward fold. Continue to keep in mind the weight in the feet, rocking forward and backwards a little bit, and then centering right in the middle. Good. Inhale and lift halfway and begin to walk the hands towards that right foot and the right toe spin towards the top of the mat. Bring your blocks in. We're in a lunge position. And we'll begin to straighten the right leg. Press back into the left heel. Bend. Stretch. Bend. And stretch. And stretch. Good. Bend into that right knee and lower the left knee. And walk the hands up the right knee and sweep the hands to the sky. Strong low lunge here. Feel the side body growing long. Exhale, bring the hands back down to your blocks. Bring both blocks stacked inside the right foot. And once again, if you don't have blocks, that's okay. Lift through that left knee, maybe roll onto the outside of the right foot, yogi's choice here. You can lower the knee, lower the torso, or use some blocks. If you don't have blocks, maybe some books. Come into your version of lizard pose here. Notice where you can soften, maybe in the jaw or the space between the brows. Looking for balance, but acknowledging both sides of our bodies are slightly different, so it might be, that pose might be harder for you on one side than it is on the other. Begin to lift up out of your lizard pose. Bring your blocks with you, or just walk your hands back, curl the right toes up, walk forward, bend back into that right knee. Lots of good stretches here in the hips, the hamstrings. Good. And walk forward, bend into that right knee, lift through that left leg, and step that left foot forward. Coming into pyramid pose here. Long spine, belly lifting up and in. Big breath in. Think about the femur bones lifting and growing long into the hip sockets here. And then exhale and fold forward over that right leg. Curl the chin in. Breathe. Good. Inhale and lift. Bend into that left knee. Step the foot forward. Come into your forward fold. Clasp opposite elbows here. Rock back and forth, left and right. And come center, release the elbows, inhale halfway, exhale fold forward, inhale sweep the arms out and up, palms meet overhead, exhale draw the thumbs to heart center. Good. Shift your weight to your left leg. Hug your belly up and in. Hands can be on the hips here. Begin to lift into that right knee, and you can come into this supported tree stand with the right heel just above the left ankle and the ball mount of the toes on the earth. Or you're welcome to come into full tree here with that right foot pressing into the left thigh and the left thigh pressing into the foot. Good. So once you find your balance here, hands can come to heart center or extend overhead. Keep lifting up out of the hips. Grow tall in the spine. Hug the belly in. Maybe find a drishti out in front of you. Remember, it's only a practice. Remember, we're seeking balance. If balance is not your friend today, feel free to use the wall close by or keep that foot grounded. Good. Then release out of your tree, shake your legs out, and we'll come to the opposite side. So shifting your weight into that right leg. Soften in the knee. Bring either the left heel to just above the right inner ankle, or bring the left foot up, side the right thigh. Easier said than done. Okay. And press the foot into the thigh and the thigh into the foot. Good. Grow tall here. Feel that firm foundation in your standing leg. Know that the earth supports you. Your mat supports you. Your practice supports you. And when you're ready, release and shake it out. Good. Come back to the top of your mat. Big breath in, hands on the hips. Shift your weight to your left foot and step the right foot to the back of the mat. Rotate that right heel down. Inhale, come into Virabhadrasana 2. The weight is evenly divided between the feet. Rotate this upper right thigh out and back. Gaze over the middle finger here of the left hand. Flip the left palm towards the sky. Reverse your warrior. Inhale back to warrior 2. Exhale into extended side angle. Right hand to right hip. Draw the shoulder blade onto the back body. Inhale, sweep the right hand overhead. Inhale back to warrior 2. Bring the hands back to the hips. Lift back into a lunge and step the right foot forward. And we'll go to the other side. Shifting the weight to that right foot, hands on the hips. Step the left foot to the back and rotate the heel down. Good. Maybe even check your alignment here so that right heel intersects the arch of the left foot. Rotate this left upper thigh so that it feels like it's spiraling outwards. Inhale the arms, gaze forward over that right middle finger. Flip your palm and reverse your warrior. And soften any amount into that right knee. Think long side body here. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. So you can start with that left hand on the left hip, shoulder blades on the back body. Big breath in here. Good. And you could stay right here, or you can reach that left hand overhead. But keep drawing the shoulder blade onto the back body. Inhale, warrior 2. Hands to the hips. Lift back into a high lunge and step the foot forward. Good. And if that is super hard for you to do, bring your hands down to your mat or to your blocks and lift into high lunge that way. All right. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive and fold forward. Inhale, halfway, long spine. Exhale and fold. Plant the hands. Walk the right foot back, then the left foot back, coming into downward facing dog pose. Once again, think about the apex of the pose here.
Press into the hands, lengthen through the arms. Strong shoulders on the back body. Breathe in. Exhale, lower the knees. Walk the knees wide, touch the toes. Come into a child's pose. Forehead on the mat here. The arms can be forward here with the forearms resting on the mat. Or you're welcome to wrap the arms around the legs or bring the hands to prayer behind the neck. And if the head doesn't comfortably reach the mat, please bring a block in or a blanket underneath the forehead. Find your breath. Spring is a time of rebirth. A time to come out of our winter cocoons. For me, that brings lots of energy and excitement. Lots of possibilities. I need to kind of channel my energy. So that everything I want to do, I can accomplish. What does that mean for you? What does spring mean for you? Growth, light, balance. Inhale, begin to lift out of your child's pose. Bring your knees together and shift your left hips over to the left side of the mat. So I'll turn myself so you can see here. Good. Lengthen through the spine, hug the belly in, sweep the arms up. Exhale, lower the right hand to the far side of that right shin. Draw that left shoulder blade on the back body. And see if you can spider walk your fingertips, your right fingertips out and away a little bit. Ooh. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Good. Inhale. And release that left arm down. Come back to center and then shift the hips over towards the right side. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. Exhale, release the left fingertips. Draw that right shoulder blade onto the back body. Spider walk the left fingertips away from the shin. Neck is in line here. Ooh, nice side stretch. Okay, one more breath. Inhale. And exhale, release the hands. Good. We'll bring our blanket in if you have one. And place it so that your sit bones are right at the edge of the blanket. Draw the knees towards the chest and then allow the knees to fall wide here. Hug the belly in, lengthen through the spine. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, begin to fold forward here. Keep breathing and lengthening through the spine. You're welcome to curve the upper back and curl the chin in and get very drapey here if that feels good for you. You can clasp the toes or your ankles. Maybe you notice that you're way up here, and that's okay too. Just notice where you are in space and be okay with it. One more breath. And from wherever you're at, begin to roll up. Draw the knees in towards one another. Move the blanket off to the side. Bring the hands just behind the thighs, lengthen through the back body, hug the belly in, big breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly roll down all the way onto the back body. Good. Walk the heels in towards the sit bones, arms long next to the torso. Hug or tuck the shoulder blades onto the back body. Tuck the chin slightly. Inhale, lift the hips coming into bridge. Lift the heels here. Big breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly roll down through the vertebrae. Keep the heels lifted all the way until the sacrum touches the earth, and then you can lower the heels. Should feel super yummy. And do it again. Inhale, lift the hips into a bridge pose. Shoulder blades tucked underneath the back body. Lift the heels, hug the knees in towards the midline here, so squeeze those legs towards one another, and then slowly roll down. And one more time. Inhale, lift to bridge. Tuck the shoulder blades onto the back body. Lift the heels, hug the legs in towards the midline here. And then slowly roll down. Lower the heels. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Place the hands on the shins, just below the knees. And then allow the knees to fall away from the chest so the arms are long. And then allow the thighs to fall away from one another. So the knees are wide, and tip the toes a little bit towards the earth here, and you can really feel your sacrum on the mat. Feel length in the spine. Take a breath. And draw the knees back up a little bit. Switch the hands so that the hands are inside the thighs. Flex the feet, legs are long, and allow the legs to fall wide here. So straddle on the back body. Feet are active. Soften in the jaw and the space between the brows. Good. Then bend back into the knees. And bring the hands to the outsides of the feet, or maybe the calves, or even back behind the thighs, coming into happy baby. Rock back and forth. And draw the knees once again in, hug them tight to the chest. And then lift the knees so the knees are directly over the hips. Extend the arms wide. Big breath in, and as you exhale, lower both knees to the right side of the mat. Gaze over towards the left palm. Supine twist. Take a few breaths here. And bring that right hand to the top of the left thigh, outside of the left knee. Soften. Relax, let go. Then inhale, bring the head back to center. Lift the knees to center, and exhale the knees to the left. Gaze turns over towards that right palm. Left hand can be wide or on the outside of the right knee. Breathe and soften here. One more breath. And inhale the head back to center. Lift the knees back to center. Bring the feet to the mat and extend the legs long. Walk the heels wide. Extend the arms long. Setting up for Shavasana here, corpse pose. You can drape yourself in a blanket. If that feels right. You can place the blanket under the head if that feels better. If you have a bolster, place the bolster under the thighs. Make this final pose perfect for you. If you'd like to pause the video, stop it now, and then rejoin us when you're ready. Begin to deepen the breath. Flex the fingers and toes to return movement to the body. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Walk the feet in towards the midline and point the toes and flex the feet. Exhale the arms down next to the torso and then roll to whichever side is calling you, pausing there for just a moment. Then use the strength of the upper body to press up and come into a comfortable seat. Bring one leg in and then the other. Once again, think about the belly here, lifting up and in. Long torso. Bring the hands to heart center. With spring comes light, comes energy, comes growth, and hopefully balance. And that's what we practice on our mat today for the benefit of ourselves and for all beings that we interact with. Thank you all for joining me today. In love and gratitude, our practice is complete. Namaste.